Welcome back to the Gates of Antiquity.
This
This is nice.
It is, actually. It's sort of the most survived bit we've seen yet.
It's probably my favourite gate. I think out of all of them.
Yes, we can have another little look back. And then press on.
Yeah, I do. Is there anything wrong with that, Saz?
It looks like there's a big monster here. Oh, an orb. Yep. Oh, it actually lets us have this one, which is 600 gil, not bad. I don't think we can particularly get past this, but we can preempt him and run into his boat. And preempt him is so useful because if you get in that attacking right away, you can pretty much immediately stagger him.
Do we know about his things? Except his rare thing. Rare thing. Rare
Well, if we
item
do
drop.
well, it'll fill that in, his rare drop, yeah. The only time, unfortunately, the stagger initially thing can backfire is if you're in the wrong kind of paradigm initially, and then that initial paradigm swap can just make it so that you don't get stagger.
Some enemies, it's also much more useful to build them up slowly and continually do more and more damage, rather than doing high damage right at the beginning and then losing the stagger quite quickly.
Yeah, so you got Deceptisol and Bestial Claw. Same as when you get buffs, it's more useful to use buffs and buff at the beginning in a long-term battle, when after doing a lot of stagger damage, that enemy might do a really big attack back.
So we've got this wonderful, I suppose this is the stereotypical blue-orange contrast we've got going on here.
But yes, it's a lot more obviously that it's fire and explosions turn to crystal, whereas the ones sort of nearer the lake are a bit more paler and bluer cast. And
Well, you weren't sure if that's what it was supposed to be or not.
yeah, but it looks really pretty.
Quite like the way the characters of the guns are just hanging back here when we're slashing away at the ones in the foreground.
Oh dear.
Well, that's why I switched to,
Yeah.
yeah!
These watchstones can do a fair amount of damage, and you're in quite a lot of trouble if your medic does die.
You have to Phoenix down it. And Phoenix down is actually a valuable item all through the game.
Yeah.
So the last thing you want to do is get rid of it, or use it when you don't need to.
I appreciate it.
But I can probably switch back into this now. Oh, good shot.
Yeah.
Fortisol. This must be another one of those areas in the game which has a quite high percentage for earning sols.
Yeah, there are areas that are better than others for leveling up and for gaining items.
But like I say, we're not going to grind in this playthrough, so...
No. Because,
But it would be a good place to grind, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
What we've sort of figured is that obviously it isn't really interesting to watch, and there's not much difference between saying we're going to grind off camera and we're going to cheat off camera.
Same thing, really.
Yeah.
Well, one's easier. I suppose. Fire. I
Yeah.
think it's a cutscene now, actually.
That looks like a big mouth in the distance.
Oh no, cutscene must be slightly further on than I thought. Worse,
Wanna
this is
go
ludicrous.
right. No. Which is more claws.
Maybe we should start naming them. That could be Roy. It could be Roy Orbison. Because his dad was an orb as well.
Okay. I guess so. We've got a bit of an
Just me.
open round thing, and I think if we jumped at time jumping down here, we can get a preemptive strike.
Can we jump back up?
No, you cannot.
Wow, Zaz landed on the camera there, I'm fairly
So if
certain.
you can sort of watch them go around this big open courtyard and then try and catch one of them when they're walking away. It does make a fair bit of difference.
Hi guys. Not here. Oh, turn around and I can get... I'm not going to get you. Okay, I'll just get you.
Yeah, it's not so easy in this. Part of it is because we're still in environments that are quite closed, that are in reality quite corridor-like, but they're very pretty corridors. Yeah, it's not till much later that we get much more open spaces, but it does have them.
It's one of the few criticisms I think is fair of the game. It is quite linear.
Yeah. Because while you could argue other Final Fantasies are as well quite linear, at least in that the story only progresses in a certain way, certain things need to happen, it's done better.
Or that sometimes you only have the appearance or the illusion of freedom, whereas if you actually try and go outside of the boundaries, it'll just say, well, you can't go this way yet.
So this is a Crusader.
Of a tilter type?
Yeah, I think it's the more dangerous version of something we had already seen, which is when we were on the bridge bit.
Like I said, I'm going to start using this a bit more.
Yeah.
Especially because I suspect we fight a couple of these.
And we don't actually have anything we can spend a TP on yet.
Other than Libra, no.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
There we go. Right, and then on the other side of this big round open bit, there is another orb. So that's where we could have come down as well.
Well, I'm just going to go everywhere. So.
Yeah, you can see it just there on the left.
Can
Yes.
you? Where? Oh, over there. Yes, I
Yeah.
see it.
It's just over there. I think this is supposed to be a fountain, but it's not on. No, for some reason those enemies ran away. I think because they saw the other people in your party. Oh, we got a spark ring. I'm assuming is an electrical item.
Yes, it's quite useful for, well, these things, actually. It's quite useful for those. Not really necessary or needed, though.
No.
It will come in useful later for a particular Eidolon battle, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
The same as, I think like most Final Fantasies, or to be honest, most RPGs, there are a certain few weapons and items that are just the ones that most people end up using in the end, because it's just the best setup. Like as we've said before, I think about you just get a growth egg, and you just have a growth egg.
Yeah, we will be showing that, getting the growth egg early so that the end game is less boring. Because you can get a lot of experience quite early on doing it like that.
I think it's one of those items that's always useful, because when you get to the point where you no longer need CP, you're probably close to being done with the game.
Because some people say, you know, never grind for CP. Well, if you get the growth egg early, you don't really need to, except with the single exception of the best leveling area. You want to stay there for a little while. But even if you don't, just getting the growth egg early helps a lot for leveling up.
Yeah, so-
And it's easier to grind for Gil if you're higher level, as you say.
That's
Can I not go
everything.
under there? Why can't I
No.
go under there?
That's everything that was in that little area. We can just continue on to, is that Zaz or Vanille? It's Zaz.
It's Zaz, you can tell.
Well, it's Zaz and Vanille. I couldn't tell because you were swinging the camera around, actually.
Does this help? Just whee.
No. But yes, it's very pretty.
Yes, and of course you can see more sort of land masses above you. As Cloud Strife would say, unsettling scenery.
Oh, we can see an orb right there.
Where? No, I'm kidding.
Makes me suspicious that we'll be attacked as soon as we try and get it, but I don't think that'll be the case.
Or worse, attack Ed.
So we've got some potions, which I think we can just sell eventually if we're not bothered about keeping them.
Yeah, it's not really worth much, but yeah, you could, I suppose, yeah.
Same as that, there are certain items. Oh, that's lovely looking.
Get through here.
Yes, we can.
There are certain items that will make you money.
So we can go kapoo.
Ah, yes.
which is a lovely shortcut to the other side.
Yeah, it's quite cool actually.
And so we could continue from here, but
Make things easier on ourselves.
we're not actually gonna. We're gonna go back, and
No.
this is just because we don't really want to miss CP. We don't really want to miss items.
It's nice that it has the option for those people who are observant, though. Sometimes the enemies just don't seem to know where they're going.
No. Probably saw a mouse.
Oh, we look like we're getting quite tough, at least against these enemies that we've been fighting since the beginning.
I remember it well, as if it was several episodes ago.
Well,
Quite a few episodes ago,
and they're
actually.
giving us a pathetic 6 CP, but we actually have quite a few CP. Quite a bit of CP saved up.
Should we spend it?
Yeah. Same as that, we're not spending Hope's CP, so we will eventually be him, but there's no detriment to... There's no reason not to not spend it or spend it, it'll still be there.
No, it wouldn't be deleterious.
Yeah.
50 points
You
in
didn't do
Scrabble.
Zaz.
I didn't do Zaz. I'll do Zaz, so to speak.
I like how his symbol is a feather,
Yeah.
because he's chocobo, which you don't see very often, but I think you're just supposed to assume it's still in his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, we don't spend Hope CP because if we save it and we spend it all at once, we can specialise and get further in a particular tree,
Yeah.
which is actually far more useful.
It's also more useful because as you progress through the game, it does still do the you can't pick your party thing for a while and you're not sure what team members you might have. So it might be more useful to make them one thing rather than the other then, rather than spend it all in a particular role. That might not be useful. Like how it says he's unremarkable. So is it always the same amount of Libras that fill it out? Is
If you do it twice, it'll fill it out, yeah.
Twice. He's wearing some strange armor.
And staggering, of course, is the way to go, because then we can make him twitch so he can't hit us. Interrupt his actions.
There we go. Though they never look that bothered when they're dead. It's like they just kind of stand there and then fade. It's not like they do a death animation.
And it's always better to burn out than fade away.
Quite.
Oh, I've just realised where this is. In Final Fantasy 13-2, you can go through here,
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
and then there's this sort of dip here.
Actually, weirdly enough, this kind of environment is reminding me of Dynasty Warriors of all things.
It's because it's very square.
Yeah, I suppose it's quite has that sort of weird wide corridors and very wide stairs that Dynasty Warriors has.
See if we can sneak up behind these.
Oh yeah.
The fools.
So they look like quite easy guys. We've got a tracker, a ranger, and another tracker.
Anytime you want to cast magic, guys, it's fine.
And things like staggering multi-party enemy parties, as it were,
Multi-party enemy parties.
is a lot easier when you get your bigger hitting spells, because you get spells as well that will do crowds.
So to speak. Anywho, we're going to leave it there.
Bye bye.